All right, we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are going to be doing another team coach interview today. Joining me is Brian. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining
Happy
me.
to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you. Um, well, yeah, let's just jump into it. I got a lot of questions to get through. The first one should be an easy one, I hope. How you been enjoying the league so far? Had a good time?
I've had a great time. I am someone who has my competitive Pokemon experience before this was um, YouTube and then like a couple matches on Pokemon Showdown. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been enjoying like the team building and the strategy process a lot.
Nice. Love to hear it. What has your biggest lesson, like as you're learning and going through that?
Uh, that there's a lot I don't know, and I'll, but like more specific than that, like it's not just about making a team that'll beat their team, but a team that'll beat whatever their team is going to do to you, the like
Mm,
counter play.
mm-hmm.
And so I most of what I was focusing on is like the play part, and then the counter play part is sort of coming in slowly.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely it's a draft league unique feature, especially is the counter teaming.
Yeah.
You're always getting counter teamed, and then you're like counter teaming them. So it's like counter teams at
Right.
some point. Yeah.
Right. It's like every week I'm kind of uncovering more and more of the bigger picture, and it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, is there any like move or strategy or like counter, I guess, that has most surprised you or impressed you, I guess?
Um, oh, brother, let me look at the teams real quick. Um, I will say one thing that is I didn't realize how big of a fact. I mean, I guess I did was terrestrialization and
Oh
like
yeah.
all of the counterplay that comes with that. I I was like I know how terrestrialization works, but I didn't realize how just like how much variety that it allows.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely like I'll like have a strategy ready and then they terrestrialize and then I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
right." Or like things like ghost type Terra to avoid fake out and things like that that
Oh yeah.
I've picked up from other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean that those dynamics, like they've added a lot to the different types to avoid specific things. Like
Hmm.
grass types are immune to sleep powder is like a weird one that hasn't come up that much because we don't see a lot of sleep powder this league, but it could definitely come up. Dark types are immune to Prankster. In Gen 2, that will
Right.
matter because Murkrow has Prankster in Gen 2, and that Pokemon. Prankster makes all your support moves go
Yeah.
first automatically, but Dark type makes you immune to them, so yeah, there's a lot of
That is
interesting
good to know.
things. Yeah.
I might write that down.
Yeah, yeah. Write that down. Keep notes. Okay, cool. Um, I want to shift a little more to focus on your team in particular. I
Hmm.
I do really like your team. I think I know that this is a team that I kind of built as one of the mock teams, and then you copied it, but it's good. What Pokemon on your team is like a personal favorite, and then as a part two to that, which do you think is the strongest? And it's okay if it's the same one, but I'm curious.
Um, my personal favorite is Nidoking.
Okay.
Um, I he's just really versatile with
Yeah.
sheer force, kind of like making a lot of non-stab moves viable. So even if it hasn't always worked out, I felt like I've been able to plan around multiple Pokemon with only Nidoking.
Hmm.
Um, and then strongest might be Snorlax, but um, spoiler alert, I'm planning on exploring that more in Gen 2. Uh,
Okay.
but in my experience, Zapdos has been like just having the high special attack and the speed, just kind of killing things.
Yeah.
Has been really useful.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by Electrode. Also, I'll say like overall,
Yeah,
because like I think we didn't rate it too well because it's like yeah, the speed is really good, But we're like, but it doesn't. It feels weak other than the speed. But it's like, no, the speed is enough to make it very, very good.
And it's kind of surprised me surviving hits
Oh
more than I'd
yeah,
expect.
it's so tanky.
Like I maxed uh I already fought you, so I can tell you. I maxed its HP and stuff, and that's been a big help. Because then, like, oh, I actually get 3 turns, and I can Electro Web and Helping Hand and pick up some KOs that way.
Yeah, between the max HP and then occasionally Focus Sash being on it,
Hmm.
like, or even if Focus Sash isn't on it, like you have to think about it, right? You have to be like, there might
Right.
be a sash, so you're like, I want to respect that. So like, yeah, it can stay around and do a lot
And
of
there also
work.
aren't that many ground types
No, there's
to
not too
like,
many.
and not the ground types for later gens that would really mess it up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like what? It's like Doug Trio and
Yeah, and
Ride On, I guess. Yeah, that's about it.
Nidoqueen, who I haven't fought yet,
Oh yeah, Nidoqueen,
or I'm about
Nidoqueen.
to in a couple hours.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the match tonight. Oh, you'll have Doug Trio and Nidoqueen to worry about at the
Yeah,
same.
I'm sweating a little, but we're gonna see.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Um, speaking of up.
I also thought I just didn't expect Kabutops to do. I haven't used him a ton, but like just to do the damage he does and like
Oh
respectable
yeah.
speed with Swift Swim. He's actually like
Oh, he outspeeds like
pretty useful.
everything. A Swiss swim. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's 60 base speed,
Uh huh.
80 base speed.
Uh huh. Yeah. We talked about it a little bit. I'll ask the question specifically because I have it on my list here. Is there any Pokemon you think is like underperforming or overperforming relative to the draft position, like when you got them in draft?
Um, I I was really thinking I was big brain with the coughing, and
Mm-hmm.
I still think I was. Um, but I was hoping there would be a couple more like Pokemon defining abilities that I could really shut down.
Mm-hmm.
That I did pick him pretty late into the draft, and that was just because no one got Weezing. But um, I also kind of underestimated how difficult Trick Room can be to like set up and use effectively. So, um, but I I believe in the strength of Trick Room, but I saw more immediate results from Rain.
Okay. So coughing maybe a little underperforming, and then the Slowbro Snorlax combo.
Uh, yeah, in my experience.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, I've been impressed that you've been able to do so well, given you're kind of not using your first two picks very much, which is
Yeah,
most
I
people.
really probably around like the third week, I kind of realized that I sort of had more luck and more confidence going in with a team and a strategy that I was used to,
Hmm.
as opposed to like switching up my whole strategy based on the other team, especially since I'm like I'm just when we started this, my type chart knowledge was not great. So I kind
Right.
of was like, let me just pick a couple Pokemon and figure them out.
Figure them out. Yeah, no, that's smart. That does make sense. Um, is there so kind of in the same vein? Is there a Pokemon on your team who you think has a lot of potential you've yet to realize? I think you've already referenced
Uh,
Snorlax.
right. Yeah. Definitely that combo and Snorlax. I believe in Snorlax. I also think Hitmonchan could have a use.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has whatever that punch ability is, and like he can do pretty good damage, and he does. The only Pokemon on my team with Fake Out.
Yes.
Uh, so like I think I could have utilized that a bit more. So I probably would have considered him a bit more for my rotation, but I also Kabutops has superpowers, so I've been kind of just using him if I needed fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I I'll say when I was prepping against your team, I was worried a little bit about the Hitmon Hitmonchan as like a trick room option because he's like decently slow,
Yeah,
and with the fake out, you can get a really safe trick room up.
yeah. I'm just gonna say, watch out for my last match. I got a team ready.
Okay, all right, cool, cool. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I
Is
just had the
there?
realization a few hours ago that he has fake out. So
Yes, yeah, the fake out is good. It makes it very hard for anyone to stop you from getting the trick room up if that's what you really want.
right.
And it functions decently in that trick room conditions. Like
Yeah,
it's
I was
not the
surprised. I was
slowest in the
expecting it to
world.
be, but slower than a lot.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
once I
like,
get the trick room up, Snorlax can be really scary.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
It's
have to get
like
there.
trick room with Hitmonchan, Snorlax, Slow Bro, and then even Nido King can is like
Mhm.
slow enough if you drop its speed down.
Yeah, he's
You
not
can,
gonna get piled on for sure.
yeah. I was even like thinking about Ivysaur because that Pokemon, like, it's unevolved, which makes its stats kind of bad, which is usually
Hmm.
a problem, but it actually makes it slow, which makes it dangerous in the trick
I
room.
really wanted to use Ivysaur. He just doesn't really have the move pool to make it worth a slot, even though his speed is so low.
It's basically you have to use sleep powder, I think. I think you have
Yeah.
to bring it in trick room and use sleep powder, which is really annoying. Like sleep
Yeah, I'd like
is
rather just use Yawn on Slowbro.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Is there an upcoming match or since we're going into playoffs, you only have one match in the regular season left, but
Mhm.
in playoffs you have potentially the chance to rematch. Could be anyone. We don't know what the bracket how it's going to shape up. Is there a rematch, I guess, or a match if it's tonight's match, I guess, that you're most looking forward to?
Um, ooh, I'm not looking forward to today because he scares me. Uh,
Uh-huh.
with that, how much he's changed up his strategy, I'm like, I don't know what to expect. But I think I'll be honest, I felt like I really had a good shot with your team.
Hmm.
Um, I think there were I I think if I had gone like harder trick room or I think I just didn't it was again it's the thing of I wasn't thinking as much of what your strategies would be and like hypno using trick room and things like that, but
Hmm.
I think with a few of these matchups if I went back into it and I have a better idea of what these Pokemon do, um I also want to rematch Carter because I just want to beat him.
Yeah, same.
um yeah. And someone needs to knock him down a bit.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I remember my match with you, my whole plan was I was like I decided I was just gonna go really hard into Trick Room, which I think was kind of a gamble because your team looks in theory really scary in Trick Room, but you hadn't been using it. So I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of gambled on okay, he's not gonna bring the hard Trick Room
Yeah, so
Pokemon.
okay. So actually, I was my plan was that I was only gonna use Rain, and then for your match, I was gonna switch to Hard Trick Room.
Uh huh.
Um, but then in your match look ahead, you were like, I think he's gonna go Trick Room. So then I was like, oh God, I
Oh.
don't know what I'm gonna do, and I kind of ended up with like a bad medium. I was trying to play the mental game, but you were two steps ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. We'll see how the rematch. I mean, I don't know if we'll get to rematch. I hope we do. I think it would be fun,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Also, just knowing again, I think there's a lot of matchups that I could have or a few games that would have gone a lot different if I had properly prepped against fake out.
Oh yeah.
Especially because like all of my good strategies require setup, so I guess
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
pretty
think
much all of
you
ours.
didn't you did you lose to James this last week? Or
Yes. Wait. Yes.
I think so.
I
Yeah,
did.
he was using fake out. Like he was swapping Kangaskhan and Raichu just like back and forth and
Yeah.
faking fake out like crazy.
Yeah. And like things like that, like knowing Raichu knows fake out and stuff, I could have been like. But I also think going into Gen 2, um, like I said, a lot of my strategy was looking at the team on face value and making a team that I felt comfortable with playing into whatever they do.
Mm,
But I think in Gen 2, I can look a lot more at what their strategies are, what their Pokemon do, and kind of build around that. Now that I'm more comfortable with the system.
yeah, definitely. Um, of all the opponents you played, is there one you thought was the toughest or like the hardest? It's a hard question.
Yeah, I think James is probably up there.
Yeah.
It just has so like it's so much coverage and so much versatility that like planning it for it was hard, let alone playing against it. Except for Eevee. Sorry, Eevee.
Yeah,
But
Eevee's
like
just the
even like
mascot.
Tangela and stuff have like some
Oh
decent
yeah,
options.
yeah. The
So
the Tangela with Rage Powder is no
and he
joke.
got Haunter right before me, dude.
Or I think it's right after. No, I'm
Or
looking at the 59, and he picked his
oh
60.
wait, never mind. You're right. Well, I can still be mad.
You could still be mad. You would have picked Haunter instead of Pharaoh,
Yes,
probably.
yes, I would have. Firo is a Pokemon that I thought would underperform, and it surely would because
I don't see you bringing it like ever.
no, like it's I guess its thing is supposed to be like high crit chance, but it doesn't have anything worth like failing on
Yeah.
crit.
You have way better Pokemon on your team than
Yeah,
Pharaoh. It's just hard to
yeah,
justify. I guess if you were really that worried about some kind of flying or some kind of grass type. Actually, as I'm looking at it, it's like maybe best into my team because it's good against Tauros and Ivy's or and Venusaur and
that is
Scyther
yeah.
and Venonat. But even given all that, I still don't think it's that
Like
good.
maybe if I wanted to take it like as well as Zapdos and just try to like yeah, I'd rather
Yeah,
just
that's the thing is it does this. It's like a much worse Zapdos because Zapdos is
yeah,
also good into all the same Pokemon for all the same reasons. So it's like why
as well as having
even?
better like utility
Yeah, I
to
feel
use it.
similar in my team about my Dodrio. It's like I never feel like this thing is useful. It just is like a worse Tauros. Like I picked Tauros and then
Yeah. You also have like three Tailwind setters,
I have a bunch of
I
Tailwind
think.
setters. I didn't need to do it. Pick another one. I could have picked Blastoise in that slot. That would have been
Oh, I actually was,
crazy.
now that I remember, I was actually pretty scared of your Golem.
Oh yeah,
Uh, because what type is it? Rock Electric?
Rock Electric.
Actually does really well into my team. Except for Nidoking, I think. So I was like, basically my whole strategy going into yours was like, how can I get the Golem out
Mm-hmm.
quickly with like Earth Power? Um,
Mm, gotcha.
because if you get through my Nidoking, there's not a, like between Rock and Electric.
There's not much you can do. Yeah. 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 The Golem has been an insanely valuable pick for me. Like I picked it 72nd
Yeah,
in the draft.
yeah, I'm a little jealous.
It's kind of crazy.
I,
I mean, we just talked
when I
about
saw that
Pharaoh,
Golem
which
Alola, I was like, I don't even remember that Pokemon, but that looks scary.
yeah, we just talked about Pharaoh, which you picked 2 picks earlier. If you had Golem instead of Pharaoh, man, that would have been
Yeah,
spooky. Your trick room would have been super, super spooky.
dude,
Snorlax and
dude.
Golem.
Yeah, I'm excited to go into Gen 2 with like all of the team building knowledge I have now.
Yeah, it's gonna
Because
be a
really my strategy for
much.
team building going into it was like, I'm just gonna try to get one of his sample teams and
Mm-hmm.
then just fill in if I can. And I think I got your entire team except for Lapras, which I switched with Kabutops, which I actually think worked out pretty well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but now I have a lot more. I can do a lot more in the moment decision making.
Yeah, yeah. I think Kabutops is better than Lapras, honestly, but
Yeah, I mean the typing at least.
yeah, it's just such a scary Swift swim threat. Um,
Yeah, I kind of like wish I tried to use it more, but I get scared by how frail it is, and like Pokemon are scary, so I'm worried I'm gonna bring it out and it'll get
one shot.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Any grass move, it instantly dies.
Hmm.
Um, is there like, I guess, is there another team if you had to swap your whole team and play someone else's team instead of yours? It's just you're piloting. You're the new coach of the other team.
Hmm.
What team do you think you're swapping out for?
So I feel like the answer is James, but honestly, it might be Carter's.
Mm-hmm.
Just like because he has a lot of variance as well, and like a lot of like because my team is very centralized on a couple strategies, but his is doesn't require as much setup. It doesn't have to, at least. Um, and there's a lot more like easier strategies that he can use. So I think that might have been better for like as someone who isn't necessarily aware of all the strategies. He just has a lot of base strong Pokemon that can put in a lot of work on their own.
Right.
So, but honestly, probably James, just also for the Moltres.
Yeah. I think I would lean James. I'm a big fan of Nolan's team, even though he hasn't found much success with it. I think on paper, I think his team is really good. The biggest problem with his
Yeah.
team being he doesn't have a good support
But hey, if I
options.
can click Fiery Wrath 3 times and get a flinch every time, like he did to me, then I'll be good.
That's true. This Moltres is a menace, and like having double fake out plus a Jolteon is a top speed
Hmm.
threat.
And also just having the best counterfeit Mewtwo as well.
Yeah,
Because I was scared of the Mewtwo sweep.
yeah. The Mewtwo hasn't been. I think that the Mewtwo's been interesting because it hasn't been performing that well, in my
Well, I
opinion.
think it's because everybody is focused, like targeting the Mewtwo so
Yeah,
hard, and there isn't
every,
as much
yeah.
to back it up or
Everyone
protect it.
everyone builds their whole team around it, and then it doesn't succeed. It's been more about the Charizard for Greenlee's team for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking notes on uh, how people strategize against like very over centralized teams.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
really need to have the ability to surprise people like 5, 6, 7 weeks in.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the versatility, the value of versatility goes way up in these draft league type situations.
It's really cool, and that actually is a big benefit as someone who is learning a lot about Pokemon. Is that I don't have to think about, well, what are all the top tiers and what do all the top tiers do, but then also all of the like A tiers that people might bring. But now it's like I'm just playing against this set of Pokemon and I can develop really specific tools to beat them, and then I can actually see that come to fruition
Yeah.
instead of like waiting to run into that Pokemon against randos.
Yes. On the ladder, you have to build a team that's ready for anything, in theory, and then you know you don't know what you're gonna see. Kind of to keep
Yeah.
up with the meta a little to see like, oh, what are people picking? Do the research on
Hmm.
Peakalytics or whatever website to see what's most common. But here it's like, yeah, you get a vacuum. You get to like just look at these six and learn what they do, and then although it is eight, or
It's
it's 10 this time, but you kind of
it is
usually know
10.
it's gonna be. For most teams, the last two aren't coming, but you never know, I guess.
Yeah. It's been a great entry point to like instead of just jumping straight into the ranked ladder.
Hmm.
I'm learning a lot more about competitive Pokemon and its depth. And like you can watch as many Wolfie videos as you want, but
Yeah,
it's actually like getting into games and playing and having to make those decisions in the moment has been fun.
yeah. I do watch a lot of Wolfie videos. It's kind of the inspiration for the draft
Yeah.
league.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm really glad. I'm glad that we've been able to put something together that brings people in and gets them to learn. We'll have some new players next season as well. So hopefully they'll have a similar
Yeah, that'll be
experience.
fun too.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. I guess I've asked a lot of the questions I wanted to. I'm taking another glance at my list. Um, oh, here we go. This is a good one. So, I mean, it already sounds like I think. Well, you already told me. I already know you're planning on competing in the future, the Gen 2 league.
Yes.
Um, do you? I guess how to ask this. What do you think is going to be your keeper? I mean, that's kind of just giving away information, but there's still time to decide.
Yeah.
But
Well,
initial
I'm
thoughts.
not decided because like okay, I know Snorlax is broken in like actual Gen 2, but that's because of like person stuff, I think, or
Hmm.
like reasons that aren't necessarily in
Yeah, it won't be
uh
the same as
like
whatever the real
yeah,
Gen 2 meta is. Yeah.
right. But I do I do think he's pretty versatile and very like big and fat, which helps just there's more margin for error when your Pokemon are tanky.
Hmm.
Um and I could since I haven't really used Trick Room, I could try to like build around Trick Room again. But
Yeah.
I am also thinking Zapdos because I mean I have a legendary. Just having those stats is great, and also it's pretty useful outside of rain, even though obviously it's amazing in rain,
Hmm.
um, having thunder and hurricane. But I want to do more with it. It has because I've used choice specs, but I think there's more build variety I can do with it.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I also think just with some of the new Pokemon in Gen 2, I'd like to see how it works with those.
Yeah.
Um, but
I
I
mean,
I
Polytoad and
also might bring Electrode because
you throw up the whole speed tiers. Well, also you got to think about if we're doing the second. I don't know if you read the proposals we had for keeper, but the second proposal where we have you give up the draft round pick equal to whatever your keeper
yeah,
is. If we're doing that, then it does make a big difference because you have to give up a first round for Snorlax, whereas you could get Electrode by only sacrificing a fourth round pick. That's a really big difference, and
ooh, I
Electrode.
didn't read that proposal, but
Yeah, that's the second. That's probably what we're gonna end up doing. So,
yeah, I agree. I think that it would just be more fun for the decision making.
hmm and then you
Yeah.
don't just
Oh,
have
that's
the first everyone's first round pick coming. You know.
or I could sacrifice a seventh spot for wheezing for coughing.
Yes.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I think for now I'll say Zapdos just because the versatility. But honestly, there's a lot of options here. I might not know until the day of.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Electrode, it cracks open the speed tiers. Even like Nidoking, because you got to think Gen 2 is really top loaded in terms of power. Like the
Mm,
first three rounds of Gen 2 are probably going to be equivalent or like really good Pokemon compared to Gen 1. But Gen 2 falls off really hard and and so the fifth and sixth rounds, almost any Gen 1 fifth
mm.
or sixth rounder is going to be better than a Gen 2. Whatever,
And
like,
again, with how versatile Nidoking is, because
yeah.
like I said, it using it as a special attacker has allowed me to use things like I could get stab ice beam or not stab, but basically stab.
Yeah, almost stab it.
No, it's 1.3. Um, or like thunder or like I it would be a great later pick because it can kind of fit into any team
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and just having a ground type.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's a very tricky decision. I think the way we've cooked it up with the giving up a round selection is very interesting.
I am
Um
curious in exploring more hazards in Gen 2 and like
mhm.
sort of working on more setup since I've realized how powerful that is and having things that are like on screen and causing pressure
Yeah.
um, is something I've been kind of wanting.
There's a lot better setup tools in Gen 2 compared to
Yeah.
Gen 1, I think. Also, if you're thinking about Zapdos, your team is like very rain heavy, and Gen 2 has the like one of the best range setters in Polytoad. Because Polytoad
Oh, really?
sets rain on entry, so you don't even have to use a move. It just,
Oh,
as soon as
ooh,
it enters the field, it's immediately
that's drizzle,
raining.
right?
Yeah, drizzle.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
So you could just keep riding the rain
I
into
mean,
the next
it's
season if you really
honestly
want.
it's been working pretty well for me.
It is good. It's good for sure. Something to think about. All right.
Yeah, it's just the more Pokemon there are to choose from, the more like weather setters there will be. So like
Yeah.
there aren't a whole lot of sunny day users or
Yeah, Gen 2 there's none. It'll just be rain and sand are the only
oh yeah,
options.
okay.
Yeah. They're
Nice.
spread out. They're spread out. Um okay. I do want to, move us towards a close. I got a couple of questions as we kind of go out. I have okay. I have one serious question and two silly questions. Kind of silly. The
Got it.
first the first so I'll do silly, serious, and then silly, and then we'll wrap up.
Serious sandwich.
Yes, exactly. So the first silly question, what is your favorite team name of all the team names?
So, I accidentally pulled out my headphone aux cord while you were asking that question.
Oh,
Would you repeat
okay.
it?
Yeah, no problem. What is your favorite team name? Now that we have all the team names in.
Is it vain to say mine? It's either
You
that or
could say
Windows Live
yours.
Essential. I'm just proud of mine because it's like Trick Room, Volt Switch.
Volt
Like
Switch.
it's
Yeah.
like because I have like a bunch of electric. Or I only have two electric types, but I use a lot of Thunder.
Hmm.
But also just I think the Windows Essentials. First of all, I think that's really cute when you have Porygon on your team. Um,
Yeah.
and it also I think matches his style of like you don't really know what to expect.
Yeah. When you get the
Um,
Windows Live Essentials.
right. Yeah. So that one cracked me up.
Yeah.
Also, Red Army is pretty good, but I don't know. I was pretty proud of mine. I'll say
Yeah.
it.
Yours is good. Yours is good. Because, yeah, you do have the electric type. I mean, Nidoking's an honorary electric type with how much Terra Electric you've been using.
Honestly, I when I saw that I could do Life Orb, Sheer Force, Thunder, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, that's powerful for sure. Okay, so the next question, a little more serious. I actually, you know what? It's not that serious. None of them are that serious. As I think about it, um, it was gonna be, whether you're gonna compete in future leagues, but we already know that you are. Is there a generation that you're most looking forward to? 'Cause assuming the plan is to just keep doing Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, and keep locking it to those generations.
Yeah. Well, gotta say four because I started in Gen 4,
Okay,
and
nice.
I've bonded so much with my Pokemon. It would be cool to bond with the Pokemon I already have so much nostalgia for.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to remember who's in what gen. I think what's cool is because I know so little about the Pokemon competitively. Like right now, starting the new gen, and I'm like looking through the Gen 2 Pokemon, even though there aren't that many. Um, like the new strategies that can come up, and I'm realizing, like, oh, I can do this. I can do this with this Pokemon.
Hmm.
Um, it's really cool. But that or Gen 5 because I love the Gen 5 decks.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, that's pretty much in line with, I think, what I've heard from other people. Gen 4 for me is also where I started, so I think me and Carter are both really looking forward to that. And I know Carter wants to do, like, Gen 5 was actually designed to do competitive with only Gen 5
Right.
Pokemon. So it's probably going to be the most
Yeah,
balanced in that sense. So that one will be really good, I
and just
think.
having that many to choose from
Yes,
um,
150
is
again, or 167. It's
yeah,
like a lot. It's like
yeah.
more than Gen 1. Yeah.
Right. I think it has less than Gen 1 if you get rid of like all the legendaries and the mythicals,
Right. But we're not going
but
to do
we're
that.
gonna use those. So
Yeah. That's actually one of the more interesting things I think about this is including the mythicals, because VGC never sees mythicals.
yeah,
So having them in is kind of like, you never see Celebi in VGC, and that'll be in next next time around, so
Yeah.
be interesting. We'll have Deoxys in Gen 3. That'll be
Oh,
wild.
oh God. Oh God. I hope I get an early pick.
Yeah. You just got to tank season 2 so you can get the early pick in season 3. All right. Okay, cool. And then last question before we close out. Do you have any words for the fans of Volt Trick out there? Anything you want to say to
Oh.
the Volt Trick enjoyers?
Hmm. Terra Ghost your Electrode is what I'll say.
Terra Ghost your Electrode. All
Because I
right.
learned that lesson way too late. Um,
So a lesson for the fans.
yeah, and um, if you aren't a coughing believer, you aren't a true fan. Because it did
Okay.
work. It did work once against Lightning Rod, so it had
That's
value.
true. It did.
It had value.
It had value.
And not everybody can say that about their fourth pick or their fourth from last pick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm looking at them. There are a couple of them that have not had much. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on. It's been really fun chatting about Pokemon.
Yeah, this whole process has been really cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's been a great, like I said, a great like starting point as someone who's been wanting to get into competitive, but it's like so it's like you can't get into it through the games without like all the grinding and stuff, and that even if
Oh,
it's not a
yeah.
whole lot, it seems like a lot from the outside, and then Pokemon Showdown can look very try hard, but um that's only from a tourist perspective.
Yeah. Showdown has its fair share of problems, like both on a technical level and like I don't know, in terms of it, the feel is not there. You know, when you're playing the actual
Yeah,
game and like the music is pumping and you get all the
yeah.
animations and stuff.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Champions.
Yes. If I can move
I was kind of
these,
expecting that to be like my jumping in point. I'm glad I was able to start earlier.
yeah, yeah. If I can move these leagues to champions at some point, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I will have to see what champions offers and how
Yeah,
accessible it actually is because
like what it really is.
yeah, and yeah, who knows? Plus, putting a price tag on entry, even if it, people having
Yeah,
to buy the game could be could keep some people out. So we'll see how it
for
goes. But
sure.
yeah, definitely looking forward to the playoffs and the final week and going into future leagues. Got the manifesto is well underway. I'm looking forward. I'm
Yeah,
like, we're talking all this Gen 1 stuff and the playoffs are still to go, but I'm already like planning my Gen 2 draft strategy because I've been doing so much Gen 2
right.
research. It's like I don't have time to prep my team. I'm researching Gen 2 right now. But
Yeah, I need to keep researching Gen 2 because sometimes I'll see a Gen 2 Pokemon and I'm like, I don't recognize that creature.
yeah, it's the least popular one. It's the least popular. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But
Only up from here.
for sure, for sure. Well, thanks so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Really looking forward to having you as we go forward with the leagues.
Yeah, it's been really fun and thanks for having me on to talk
Yeah. All right.
strategy and everything.
And that will be all. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Gonna wrap the stream now.